Back talking Magic Johnson with Vinny Goodwill. He went on TV yesterday to air his grievances about the Laker organization. Magic talking about how Rob Pelinka threw him under the bus, and the Buss family ultimately didn't have his back. Many have wondered where this leaves the Lakers moving forward as the summer of 2019 approaches. Vinny, will the Lakers' dysfunction impact their pursuit of a superstar to pair with LeBron? Because isn't what this is all about? The way they're going to find success again is if they can win on the court.
Well, the number one thing you have to ask before you even go to Magic and the effect of this interview is, do players want to play with LeBron and be in a system that's subservient to him at his advanced age, where he's not going to play as much defense, and he's kind of in this weird spot where his greatness overshadows you no matter how great you are. The only person that seems willing to be in that situation right now is Anthony Davis. Who knows where Kyrie Irving is going to land? I think we kind of all have a feeling on where Kawhi Leonard is going. Jimmy Butler, sort of, you know, there's a number of different options there.
And Anthony Davis is one of the only ones that he doesn't really have his own say in it.
Exactly. So you could wind up striking out. But it doesn't have to be because of one reason or another. It doesn't have to be because of what Magic Johnson said yesterday, because the Lakers, for all their faults, are still the Lakers, and they're still in Los Angeles. You just have to present enough of a united front with your front office, your leadership, and LeBron James to say, okay, we're going to give you a big bag of money, and we're going to give you enough of the spotlight that you can maintain your own identity and not be sort of caught in the LeBron and the Jordan-aire sort of thing. That's the biggest perception that I think they have to fight, not what Magic Johnson is saying on national TV or ownership, because most free agents don't think about that stuff. That doesn't hit them. It's, do you have money? Can I win? Can I get credit for it? Those things don't have anything to do with much with Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka and everything else.
I think it's pretty clear, though, that what has happened over the last few months has damaged the Lakers' standing. It has. Nobody would argue. It might not have ruined it, but no one would argue the Lakers are in a better position to entice a free agent now than they were before Magic stepped down, before Magic's interview, before the failed coaching search, before all the endless leaks. The question is, how much has it damaged their standing? And does the draw of LeBron, I think it's the draw of LeBron, overcome it? Because if LeBron wasn't there, you can go play in Los Angeles, you can get all the accoutrement of the city and have all the same money and play for the Clippers. You can, the Mavericks have money, the Nets have money, the Knicks have money. There's plenty of teams that have money. The one thing the Lakers have going for them as a draw is the opportunity to play with LeBron and compete for a championship. And I think it should be noted, the last year LeBron played alongside a true all-star was the year they were the defending champs in Cleveland, because Kyrie was gone the next year, and last year they didn't have one. That year, Kyrie averaged more shots than he's averaged at any point in his career before or since. He averaged more shots per game than LeBron, and while LeBron that year averaged the most assists he had ever averaged, he had a player worthy of some level of deferment, and he was doing that. Now, the next year, Kyrie's gone. There's no one on the Cavs to defer to. And last year, there's no one on the Lakers to defer to. So I don't think we know how year 17 LeBron would play alongside Kawhi or Anthony Davis or Kyrie or even Kemba Walker. Would he say, I'm not giving you the keys to the car, but we can take turns driving it, which is not something he had done up until he had won that championship in Cleveland. But post-championship in Cleveland that year, Kyrie had the highest usage rate, all those things that he had had before or since.
I believe there's some problems as far as what's happened with the Lakers, and it will affect free agency. If these NBA players are what I think they are, because yesterday Magic said a lot of things, but they asked him the question, will you be involved in free agency? And the answer was yes. Now, if I'm a free agent, I'm not watching TV to try to get something, but why would he be involved in free agency? They're sending conflicting messages there. Jeannie Buss said he met with Magic a couple days ago. Magic said I had a conversation with her. Jeannie Buss yesterday was shocked at Magic, said the things he said. Rob Pelinka said he met with Magic a couple days ago. He's shocked at the things that Magic Johnson said. So what type of clarity are they going to bring to a free agent? Because absent of LeBron James, what are the positive things that they can offer one of the free agents? Because I know what the Clippers are offering. Even if I go to the Knicks with Scott Perry, Steve Mills, I know what they're offering. Brooklyn, their front office, I would trust them more. Like, why would you trust the Lakers in what they're doing? And to think that what's going on, that LeBron can overcome that, I think that we're missing it on that. They're missing. I don't even know if they get a true look at Kawhi Leonard, even though he might give them an interview. But did he really think about it? Last year, it was 50-50, man. I know exactly. He would have gone to the Clippers or the Lakers. If you think that hadn't changed, you don't know Kawhi Leonard. Like, you're not observing the type of person that he is. So I believe it does have an effect on what happens free agency.
Also, who's ever in that pitch meeting could very well be a detriment to the Lakers. If it's not just LeBron, I don't see how a guy like Kawhi or any of these other guys are going to sit there and listen to Jeannie after everything that's happened, Kurt and Linda Rambis after everything that's happened. Tim Harris,
you would hope he's not in the pitch meeting, but Rob Pelinka maybe.
I mean, Rob Pelinka, of course. If it's not LeBron, I don't see how any of those things, those elements could actually help.
Well, here's the thing where it's going to hurt the Lakers is their reluctance to accept LeBron as a de facto member of management. Like, when you have a player that great at this stage of his career, like it or not, in the NBA, because there's such a disproportionate effect that one player can have on a team's fortunes, and you're talking about a top 5, top 3, top 2 player ever, you have to give him a certain amount of country into how your organization is going to be run. The Lakers don't seem to want to embrace that. We're going to hire a coach whose timeline is on the same timeline as LeBron's contract. We're not going to hire the coach that LeBron wants. Who's to say that they want him in the room? And if he is in the room, what type of United Front is that going to pick up? If Kevin Durant was not, let's say, bagged and ticketed for New York City, and we don't automatically believe that, would Kevin Durant on equal footing say, would I go to the Knicks or would I go to the Lakers? Let's just say there's no connection there. Right. Let's just say there's a player of that caliber. What situation would you pick? I would pick the Knicks. The same thing with the Clippers. You got Jerry West, you got Doc Rivers, you got this, open sort of terrain here. Yes. You got Steve Ballmer. What situation would you pick? You would probably pick the Clippers.
And the other element is the negative recruiting that's going to happen, which is these NBA players. I think one of the things you were alluding to, Chris, is if these guys are who so many of them present themselves to be, which is brands and businessmen and forward thinking, when you go meet with Mark Cuban and the Mavericks, because they got max cap space, you know what they're going to say? Hey, who's the last poorly run, or if you go to the Lakers, it's to win a championship, right? So to play with LeBron, win a championship. What's the last poorly run organization win a championship? Go down the list. Now, it'd be Cleveland, I would argue,
I was just about
with
to say
LeBron. It's the only one I can think of in how many years? The Warriors won a bunch from them. They're very well run. The Lakers.
It's not like football. You can get on a hot streak. You got to win a series.
Right. You got
and another series. And another series. The best team typically going to win.
Absolutely. And so there is an element of you are going in today's NBA where the organization's never been smarter, never been run more like Wall Street. I know a lot of former players hate it, but when they're looking at the numbers, they're looking at so many things. Are you going to trust this organization with the prime years of your career? That's what the Lakers have to overcome. And the only real shot they have at overcoming it is that they have LeBron.
And they have to overcome something they've had an advantage for 50 years. That's it. Players, no matter what, young or old, they would come and play for the Lakers for less. Now you miss out on that. Why would I go to this dysfunction for less money?
Well, let's be clear here. Every NBA organization has some level of dysfunction. They're too big, it's too much money, it's too many egos for it to be kumbaya across the board.
But it's not being aired out like this.
That's the problem, is it being aired out. And you don't know what situations these guys are coming from that they consider this to be acceptable in environment.
Vinny, good stuff today. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Take a break. Coming up, is Steph Curry the best player in the NBA? That is next. Back talking Magic Johnson with Vinny Goodwill. He went on TV yesterday to air his grievances about the Laker organization. Magic talking about how Rob Pelinka threw him under the bus, and the Buss family ultimately didn't have his back. Many have wondered where this leaves the Lakers moving forward as the summer of 2019 approaches. Vinny, will the Lakers' dysfunction impact their pursuit of a superstar to pair with LeBron? Because isn't what this is all about? The way they're going to find success again is if they can win on the court.
Well, the number one thing you have to ask before you even go to Magic and the effect of this interview is, do players want to play with LeBron and be in a system that's subservient to him at his advanced age where he's not going to play as much defense, and he's kind of in this weird spot where his greatness overshadows you no matter how great you are. The only person that seems willing to be in that situation right now is Anthony Davis. Who knows where Kyrie Irving is going to land? I think we kind of all have a feeling on where Kawhi Leonard is going. Jimmy Butler, sort of, you know, there's a number of different options there.
And Anthony Davis is one of the only ones that he doesn't really have his own say in it.
Exactly. So you could wind up striking out, but it doesn't have